And I had put a notification out on, sent the link out on Instagram. And right now we live on YouTube and we live on Facebook.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Facebook, what up?
You know, shout out to everybody in the smoking section. What you drinking on tonight?
I'm drinking some Casamigos. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was gonna
You
get
should
be
have
like,
lied, man. You should have lied to the. You shouldn't have let the viewers know that we drink other alcohol other than whiskey.
I know, man.
I just grabbed this. We had some of this left over from another show. The smooth Ambler, old Scout straight bourbon. You can't even see it because my camera is so blurry. Other than the autofocus on the face. Yeah. Yeah, man. So we figured we get on because this clip that's going viral at this point. Shout out to this guy. We gotta start giving people their credit where credit is due, because it's possible that it's one of the reasons why, you know, you got to give people their credit when they do go viral.
Absolutely.
The kudos to the other content creators. This dude, his channel's name is Yada Awakening.
Okay.
And I believe he's more or less like a minister. And on top of talking about relationships, you know, he also focuses on health and wellness, right? I think he's a vegan, has a vegan cookbook going on and all that other good stuff. But, you know, he went viral because there was a conversation that he was having with another dude. I don't know who the other guy is.
Yeah.
And talking about traditional relationships versus 50-50 relationships. So we figured we had to hop on it quickly and react to it before everybody got their paws on it. Right?
Yeah, we're around. We're still gonna do our regular show on Friday, but we figured, you know, we give them a little feed the streets a little bit, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Right. If you guys haven't seen the video, quick description of what dude has in the notes of the video, right? And it gives a brief synopsis of what he was speaking about in the video. He says, a man that forces his woman to play the role as provider robs his family of a true divine blessing and awakens the health of his family as a whole. We cannot expect our women to be soft and feminine when we have them playing masculine roles. All right. So I guess we could, you know, kind of nitpick it a little bit here and there.
We'll go through it. Yeah. We're gonna stop and start it. We're gonna review it.
A nice, good review. All right.
Absolutely.
So, let's
because I first came across the clip over the weekend on I think Spiritual World. They had it on they had a couple of clips of it in like four parts, and I guess they chopped out most of the good. I guess they chopped up most of the good parts of it, and but this video is how long is the full video?
Full clip. The full video is actually over 12 minutes.
Okay, all right. Okay.
So we'll go with the full video.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Let's jump right into it, man.
And you talking about, oh, I'm not a man if I'm going 50-50 with my woman. It's hard, brother. You sitting up here, your nice house, your nice jewelry, nice cars. Oh yeah, man, you gotta do 100%. How, brother? If I'm making $14 an hour, what you expect? You know, you still on there. Oh yeah, man, 100%. You're not a man. You're not a man. How? I'm still working. I'm still providing, right? So what makes me not a man? Because I'm going 50-50 with my woman.
And brother, I applaud you because I understand.
Yeah, you can pause it real fast. yeah, because that off top, you know what I mean? Homie looking like broke Meek Mills rapping on the corner. And then you got Big Dog over there with the H on the bottom. What's that? Her man? Like what kind of sneakers Big Dog
You
had?
got those are Chanel sneakers.
Oh, the Chanel joints? All right,
Those
Big
are
Dog,
Chanel.
big stepping. Yeah, I see him.
Yeah.
I think the conversation already started off on the wrong foot when homie telling him he's not a man if he, if he got his wife going 50-50. I feel like automatically he's attacking him, and automatically Meek Mill is on defense.
I get what you're saying, and for him, I guess you would expect for him to be a quote unquote minister, some humility, right?
Yeah.
And what kills me with a lot of these videos that do go viral, it's like I think people just try to say the most outlandish stuff, and then also I feel like you got people playing a role, right? And I feel in this day and age in social media, you kind of gotta pick a side, right? You gotta pick where you're gonna plant your flag at, right? Either you're going to, especially with the whole like gender war thing that's going on between men and women, it's like, all right, are you for the women or are you for the men? Right?
Gotta be red and blue pill. Like there's no purple.
Exactly. But for someone to be sitting there, right? Like he said, in his house, his nice house, designed it out, talking about a dude is not a man if he doesn't provide 100%. Yo, I understand you're the type, you're the guy that says that, black dudes or men, we need to do better. But I think initially you got to give men some type of grace. But
well, yeah, you got to let men grow into their roles and grow into their, into themselves. But I want to ask you, what's the difference between a man and a male? Like, is every male a man? What makes a man a man?
A male is a man when he does possess or he shows certain characteristics, certain traits, right? Where it's like you show yourself as a responsible male, right? Responsible.
So are you a man when you have responsibilities, or you're a man when you take care of your responsibilities?
I believe when you take care of your responsibilities, right? But even that is subjective when you're talking about taking care of your responsibilities. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you display certain characteristics, when you earn respect from other men, right? And from women alike too, but more or less it's like when you earn respect from other men, you don't just get it off a GP, right? Yeah. When men are around other men and they start to they show an affinity or they respect another man, it's because they probably display certain characteristics that they may possess in themselves or they may admire in another man. You understand what I'm saying? Pause. But he's right. Every male is not a man, but what's really irking me, and I'm just not to move too fast in the conversation, is the fact that I've said it before, like people judge men or who's a man by their wallets, right? And I think that's really not a great way to decipher whether a dude is a man or a real man or not. You understand?
Even if it's not 100% way of discernment, if you're a man or not, like does it mean anything? Like does your earning potential or earnings factor into anything? Like you bust your ass and you go out there and you provide for your family, and
No,
Does that not
it's not.
make you
It's
a
not.
man?
See,
Does that not make you a man?
See, no, it's not the money. It's the fact that you provided for your family,
Right.
right? That's more important than the actual money, because there's a lot of dudes out there
But
that are
that's what you
selfish.
provide for your family with money. And the more
I
money
no,
you
all
make,
right.
the more you can provide for your family, right?
Let me be clear though. It's a lot of dudes out there that they can make money, but they're gonna provide for themselves. They can give a fuck about anybody else. They
Right.
don't want to have a family. They don't want no responsibilities. They just want to worry about themselves.
Are they
Right?
not men?
They could be. They could be. No, they're not. They're not. They're not. A selfish male, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That because even if you don't start your own family, you might have your mother, you might have other family members that
Someone you could take care of.
Yeah, that you could help out, you could provide with,
Yeah.
somebody as men, there's somebody that's in your family somewhere, someone around you that probably does need your protection, probably needs you as a man, right?
Yeah.
But if you're not lending that and you're not doing that and you're not allowing yourself to be utilized by other people, then I don't really think that doesn't make you a man.
So as a male, if you're in this world and you're not helping anybody, you just out for Delph, you just collecting all your ducats, just collecting everything for yourself, you're not really considered a man amongst
To me,
other men.
No. To me, no.
Okay.
That
All right.
wouldn't. No, I wouldn't respect that.
Yeah.
I would not respect that at all.
It's it's a little triggering, you know what I mean? You know, for another man to say that you're not a man. And I felt like that's why this conversation got off to the rocky start that it got off to. But let's see where it goes.
All right. Okay.
And it is hard out here, but we are men, so we have to go harder. I'm not saying or trying to speak down to you, my brother, by any means necessary. I'm not. But I want you to be reminded of something that our fathers didn't teach us, that we must go hard and that we shouldn't get into a relationship with a woman until we have direction.
But who are you to say that?
A person that cares, a person that loves you, a person that's been in your shoes and understands how it feels when we can't give our family what they truly deserve. We have to go hard. Now,
All right. So what do you feel about the comment that he made as far as you shouldn't get into a relationship unless you don't I think he said if you don't have any direction. Because and I feel like just because you don't have your finances totally straight or you're not where you want to be financially doesn't mean you don't have direction.
Yeah. You could be on the come up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Your bread don't have to be right in order for you to have direction. You may have a plan, you might have to get to the top, but you're not there yet, right?
Your wallet isn't always gonna match your ambition at first. Hopefully by the end of the race it catches up. But at first it's not gonna, it's not really gonna equal out to the same amount thing. But what I'm saying is I don't agree with him as far as you shouldn't date, but I do feel like you shouldn't have kids. I had kids early. I had a child early before I had direction, and it was a little rocky for me at first. But I feel like ultimately, me deciding that I wanted to rise up to that challenge of providing for my daughter, kind of woke me up a little earlier, and that kind of gave me direction. So it could be a good thing or a bad thing, but I kind of, if I have to give somebody advice, I would say wait till you have firm footing before you bring children into the world. But as far as dating, having a girlfriend and all that, yeah, you should definitely be entertaining women while you're on your come up.
Yeah, and what dude is not saying? First of all, when I listen to him, it's like he seemed like he collected a bunch of quotables and kind of just put them all together and just running them off
Mm.
of like, you know, like some motivational simp type of pandering to women type of content, and he's just running it all off, right? But
what if
one
he
thing
really
that
feels
we,
like that? Is it simping or pandering if he really feels like that? What if he really feels like that?
I don't know. I when I listen to
That
him,
word
I
goes
don't really
around a
believe
lot.
him.
Like in this space, there's a lot. As soon as a man sides with women or a man is sympathetic to women, he kind of deemed a simp.
Because I believe a lot of the stuff that these dudes say is unrealistic. It's unrealistic because if any dude, right, that is in a relationship, that is in a marriage at this point in their life, they know that they wanted to do better when they got that woman, right? It's
Mm.
hard. It's hard for, and I'm speaking generally. I'm not speaking like,
Yeah, you're
I'm
not
not
speaking
saying
for
there's not
everybody.
exceptions to the rule, right?
Right.
But a lot of men, they are highly motivated usually by the prospects of a woman or the prospects of having a family or something like that.
What the
That
prospect
makes
of having
that
sex? How
not
about that?
necessarily, no, not necessarily sex, right?
I feel like
But
most men are motivated by sex at first.
no. All right. So you telling me a guy's gonna be like, yo, I want to go and work 60 hours a week to have sex with this girl? No, not really. No.
No, a guy's
What-
going to work 60 hours a week to have the resources to take multiple women out on dates and have sex with multiple women.
Men don't do that. They don't do that. They don't do that. Especially
Right.
like, yo, you telling me you know dudes that work overtime and everything say, I want to do that to take chicks out on dates? Nah, they don't do that.
Well, they do that to drive a nice car, to have the clothes, to smell good, to have all the accessories to take women out on dates and to clothes. Yeah,
They do, yeah, they're doing
I
that.
mean that's what men are.
Doing that.
Yeah,
They're doing that. Some men are doing that for themselves, right? They're doing that for themselves, right? And a lot of times dudes are not gonna go over the top. When I say like, yo, overtime, extra hours, working multiple jobs, just to be like, yo, I live by myself, and just to buy myself clothes and buy myself stuff. A lot of men don't do that. When men start to do shit like that, it's because they have those type of responsibilities. They have
so you feel like men are motivated. Most men are motivated by the men who've done great things, and men with means are motivated by their families and not by their own success.
Majority are, yes.
And what
And
that
I'm not.
come on.
All right. I'm not. First of all, I'm not talking about exceptions to the rule. I'm not talking about some uber rich guy or something like that, or some tech startup guy or something like that. I'm talking about your regular, middle of the road working class guy, right? That works, he's not making millions of dollars. He makes a good, decent income. When he does that overtime and all that shit like that, it's usually because he has a family or he has responsibilities. It's not.
But there's plenty of single guys that's out there working those extra hours to make his Benz payment, to get that Cuban out the jeweler, to put some money down on the rollie, to go on vacation, to do their own thing. Like, not every man is motivated solely by providing for their family. There's a lot of single dudes who make dollars, who make good money because they just want to live a good life, and they know if I look the part, I will close better with women.
I hear what you're saying, but we are human beings, and we're creatures. We're creatures that of habit, right? If I know that I could take care of myself, right, and I could be okay and good and live a good life, working my regular 40 hours a week, niggas is not taking overtime like that. They not.
Apathy.
And I'm not saying I'm not. And again, I'm not talking about everybody, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about your regular guy. Now, if I'm a regular dude, it's just me, myself, and I. I don't have to do no overtime and I could still have my spot. I could have my decent car. I could have my clothes. I'm not working overtime. I don't have to. Right? But if I do have a family, or I have some extra motivation, whether it be a woman, some kids, or whatever, that's usually the motivating factor for a lot of men.
I've seen both sides, Ron. I've seen both sides, and I've seen people who've been single and was getting it and went into the family.
It's 50-50, and you believe it's 50-50?
I feel like, yeah, men who are motivated. I feel like
ass off, right, for themselves, and just as much as married dudes with kids work their ass off.
I feel like men who are motivated are men who are motivated. I don't think they are motivated because of. I think certain men just want more for themselves. Either they have a family or they don't. You know, if they don't have a family, then it's more for them to spend on themselves. But if they have a family, so what do you do with the bum ass niggas with the families? Because there's plenty of men not motivated with families.
This is what I'm trying to say. This is another thing I'm trying to say. Like, take it a step further. You believe it's mad motivated men. I don't think it's that many motivated men. I think
all right, even if we're dealing with 100 motivated men, I feel like it's gonna be 40, 60 either way.
I don't think it's that many motivated men, bro. I think most
No. Okay, fine.
This let me be clear about my point, right?
Go ahead.
I think that most men are not motivated. Most people are not motivated. They become motivated when they have a reason to be motivated, whether it's like, yo, I got to provide for this family. I got kids now, right?
Fine.
But before, a lot of dudes, before they have that kid, before they have that wife, their motivation is super low.
Okay.
They do the bare minimum. I think most
So let's
people
just take the motivated men and put them to the unmotivated men and put them to the side for a minute. Now we're dealing with 100 motivated men. How many men out of that 100 motivated men do you think have a wife and family?
I would say 75%. Because again, we are human beings, right? And when I say we're human beings, I'm not going to do something that I do not have to. Most people are not going to do something they don't have to. If I could take care of myself and be good, why am I going to work extra?
That's the bare minimum. Some people want more. Listen, the world has been built by people who want more. There is a reason why we're both in our separate homes doing this show, broadcasting to thousands of people all over the fucking world. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why the world is innovated by people and men who want more. You know,
not a lot of people, not the majority of people.
That's fine, but we are talking about those people. We are talking about the people who want more.
We're talking about a fucking smidgen of people. That's what I'm trying to say. We assume we come off like, yo, everybody is like this. No. Again, we're in our little bubbles and shit, and our cliques of people, and we feel like everybody that we fuck with.
Well, if you look in the mirror, well, most of us who look at the mirror and they're honest with themselves, they always feel like, yo, listen, there's always more we can be doing. Even us on our meetings, we're always trying to figure out what we could do more. Everybody knows that you can do more.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's just about the balance. And I feel like, you know, I don't know. I feel like you said 75. I think you're skewing a little high. I'm gonna say 60, but you know, we're arguing semantics. We're talking about 15%. So I think we're close to the same amount, but I feel like I think it's closer to the mean.
So let me ask you a question, right? If you didn't have to go to work and your mortgage is paid every month, your car notes paid every month, insurance you good, would you go to work?
Yeah.
For what?
Talk about another house.
All right, I guess so. It's easy to say. It's easy to say when you're not.
What are you going to do? You're going to sit around the house all day? Like, what are you going to do? I mean, work would be different. I wouldn't. It wouldn't be as labor intensive or anything like that. But I would find something.
Let keep. You wouldn't work that hard, right?
I would have. We're going to get there, but I would have I would have the privilege and the leverage to actually do what I want. I would work just as hard, but I would work hard doing what I would want to be doing.
Okay.
It wouldn't be solely.
Theoretically, you could say that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But like you said, you're not gonna work like you would when you have to work. You understand?
I might work harder. I might work harder.
Subconsciously, you already know that you're good. So it's not that, yo, you can't go against human nature, bro.
Good is good. Good is good. Good is having your basics. You just covered my basics. Great. I got a roof over my head. I have something to get to point A to point B. I got clean drawers. I'm good. Like the family's fed. What about everything else? What about more? Like, what about living for the future? What about putting stuff away? What about, like, you know, putting something away for the babies? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to keep going.
No, no. Mentally,
I want some Chanel sneakers too. I want some Chanel sneakers.
No. Mentally, like,
what a nice red outfit.
In your head, you're going to think like that, but subconsciously, you're gonna know that you're all right, even if you don't work your ass off. You don't continue to work.
You got a cozy place to land. You know what I mean? And you know that you could take, and you know you could take more chances, but you're not good. Come on now, are you good with that? You asking me that question, and I know you're not sitting at home if your basics are covered. You're talking about the bare minimum.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm not going to act as if I'm some super tweaked in the head human being where I'm going to I can't fall into my regular nature as a human being. Like, yo, bro, if I'm comfortable and I know I got all my bases covered, I'm probably not going to work as hard as I do right now. So
you feel like a human's default is apathy? Like you just feel like that's just a human default setting?
Bro, that's how the world works, bro. Why you think like people don't give a fuck about stuff? It could be like it's wars going on right now, right? But you know, people you might run across people every day. They don't really care because you know what? It's not affecting them. It don't matter to them because it's not in their living room, it's not in their home. They're still good. It's not affecting them like that. So when it's not affecting somebody, they don't really care. They so cushy and they so comfortable. Comfortability. Once they have comfortability, it's like, yo, people don't worry about nothing else, right? It's no stress, it's no fear, whatever like that, because they know it's not happening to them. Right?
Well, people are tribal as well too. A lot of people that you're talking about people in the Black community, and they worry about stuff that, you know, if there was a police shooting or something like that, that would be affecting them more than something that's happening across the world. Like, people are tribal as well too. So you gotta give them a little benefit of doubt for that too.
I'll say that too. But even something that's going on in their own neighborhoods, if they're not directly affected by it, you got some people care. I'm not saying nobody cares, but a lot less people here.
I think you're saying nobody cares. I think you're saying people are lazy and don't care.
I believe that. I'm just keeping it a buck, yo. I believe a lot of people are lazy and they really don't care. As long as they're good, everything is fine with them. LDU Lifestyle says men will always be judged based on their ability to provide. It is what it is, right? He also said it's about solving problems. It's literally in the Bible. Men that don't provide for their families are worse than unbelievers.
I gotta agree with you there. I gotta agree.
So
let's watch some of the video.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go back to some more of the video. Let's go. All right. Okay.
Give me one moment. I've been in your shoes. And when I was in your shoes, I stayed in my lane. I lived where I lived. My woman didn't work. She nurtured to the children till I got this. And I'm trying to give you the cheat code. Do what you need to do so you can feed your woman. And while she's nurturing the children, she can also nurture your dreams and your goals. Now you can be successful. Now you don't have to say, I'm working for $15. Now you can say, I got employees that I'm paying that's working for me for $15. I'm trying to elevate you. But men get so caught up in their emotions and their pride. And the first thing you want to do is feel attacked. Get the wisdom.
This is coming from a rich man.
Right now, you're acting
rich man.
But right now,
But this is coming from a rich
how
man.
did I get here?
Yeah.
But how did I get here? And I'm giving you the steps. This is if you put down your ego, if you put down your pride, brother. Am I saying anything wrong? I'm saying.
Yeah. I can't even deny it, man. It's definitely, this is a triggering topic, right? And this is why it's so, it goes viral. It's so polarizing. And it's like, yo, anything that is going to attack a man's ego is going to be triggering. Same way when it comes to women also, right?
Ron, you got any OGs?
I would say I do. I don't necessarily call them OGs, but
do you tuck your ego when you're pulling their coat or when they're schooling you on something? Do you tuck your ego?
I would say I do, because I do more listening than speaking. I may even have something to say, but I'll just be like, I'll hold that because I'm listening to you.
And even if something comes across the wrong way, you just gotta eat it, because you know it is coming from a place with love. It might be with some passion. He's not calling you out your name, but you know it could be a little abrasive sometimes.
I get it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And when I say OG, I just mean like an older gentleman that you kind of gain wisdom from, like a mentor or like even like a coach,
Gotcha.
something like that. Yeah, there are certain situations and conversations where you got to kind of tuck your ego, even when you talk to your father, you got to tuck your ego, there's certain conversations where you just soak it all up. Even if you don't agree, you could definitely question and you could definitely challenge certain things. But I seen homies, his face was all balled up and he was really, really triggered. He's very emotional in this situation. But to get back to what homie was saying, that he's trying to give him the steps, and he didn't always work, and no, his wife never worked. So even when he was on a come up, even when he was making $15 an hour, his wife never worked and tended to the family.
Yeah.
I really don't see how that's even feasible, but
I believe it's feasible.
Mm-hmm.
But I think society wouldn't think so, because they're like, yo, if you subscribe to the ideology, as you call yourself a capitalist, like, oh, how could you do that? Like, how could you even live life on a $15 per hour salary? I'm not even sure if women would even go for that, because I think you're to the point where a lot of women want just as much material stuff as men do, right? And if they feel like, all right, they can't find a man that can get it for them, or find a man that has means to do that for them, they're going to try to go out and get it for themselves. So I don't think a lot of women would actually sit back and take care of the home and the children while that man goes out and he tries to grind it out and also try to get his money up. You know what I mean? But I think that's the way, in a lot of instances, I feel like if you put that man in that position, you put his back against the wall to provide for you, most men that are men of respect, that are real men, they're going to make it happen. But the problem is that the mentality these days is more or less like, I need a helpmate, right? I need a running partner. Like, you work, I work, and we're going to get this, we're going to get that, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, right? And this whole traditional title, that's why I don't think it really exists anymore. Because
it costs too much. It costs way too much for that now. You
It's
know,
not that though. It's not that, bro. I believe like most of the guys that I know, right? They do pretty well for themselves, right? And they have wives that make money, that work also. But I believe those same guys that do well individually could do even more if they had to, right? But again, like I said, once mentally, subconsciously, you got
well now, Ron, well now you have a quality of
67,000.
life issue. Now you have a quality of life issue, especially if you have children. So now you have an issue where you're not spending enough time with your
That's so
family, and now
that's
you
so
have the
smoke.
absentee dad that is smoking
That's the
mirrors.
problem
That's really
already.
it's only 24 hours in a day, Ron. Like
You
there's only
got
so much that you
bro.
can really do.
You got most men have that problem anyway, and they still got to have their wife working crazy anyway.
So you're saying a man who's out there and he's splitting bills with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, 60-30, 70-30, 50-50, whatever.
It don't matter.
If
If
he takes it
do the
all
50-50,
off
whatever.
if he takes it all if he takes his wife completely off the board and he just goes balls to the wall, he could create her income. He could
All right.
he could
Let me be clear, right? So I would never tell a man to just go get mad jobs to try to work as much as possible. I think you should be way more strategic about making more money, right? I feel like, if you are underemployed, right? Either depending on what you do, right, you probably would need to go back to add some type of continuing education, get some type of credentials, go back to school, go to college, go to trade school, go to something like, or if you are in a certain line of work, then you might have to go into business for yourself. I won't tell a dude that just go get another job. Like, I'm not a proponent of like just work your ass off and just get as many jobs as you can to make as much money as you can, because that's busy work. You understand what I'm saying? And you'll always be on the hamster wheel. I would tell dudes, right, that are underemployed, either you're going to have to go back to school, whether it be college, whether you take on a trade, if you're already educated, you might have to get your master's, you might have to get your MBA, whatever, to get more money, right? But in the meantime, I'm not telling you go from working 40 to 60 hours to working 80 or 100. But the thing is, you got dudes that's out here already that their wife works 40 hours, they still work 60 hours. Like, it don't matter anyway. So you talking about quality of life? They still spend less time with their kids than a lot of other folks. So, what are we talking about, bro?
Yeah. Put the beer back on.
Yeah.
Saying men should be men.
But you saying we not men. You saying we not men.
Brother. Any man that makes an excuse can't be a man completely. You can be a male. A man comes with responsibilities, and it's hard. To be a man, it's hard, brother. It's not easy. That's why the respect you want from your woman that you don't get, I get from mine.
My woman respect me.
Hold on.
My woman respect me.
You think she respects you?
My woman respect me.
You think she respects you?
Yeah,
you think she has she ever raised her voice at you?
No.
Does she cook for you every night,
Of
brother?
course.
So she respects you, cooks for you every night. Does she clean the house?
Of course.
She cleans the house, and you got her working 16 hours a day. That sounds like slavery.
No, it's not.
Brother, you got her cooking every night.
I don't have her doing anything. She does it because she wants to. We in the trenches together.
The trenches together?
That's what we in.
Brother, do you know anything about emotional abuse?
Explain it.
Emotional abuse is when you pour all your hurt and pain onto a woman, and just because you can't see her scars, you think it's okay. If I had a conversation with your woman, she'll probably start crying. They tired. They not built to go through what they're going through with you. She didn't choose you to struggle.
But again, who are you to say that?
Brother, a brother that loves you. And again, I'm trying to give you the cheat code. If you put
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot there. Trenches. They in the trenches together.
What you think about that?
But like, I can't tell the difference. So who's the guy in the all red? That's the pastor? That's the bishop? What is he?
Yeah.
Oh, what do we call him? Rich guy.
The rich guy, yeah.
All right. So rich guy, giving them some gems. You know, I feel like he's being a little heavy handed, but he's giving them some gems because you really kind of we
What
say it here all
gems?
the time. I kind of say it here all the time is that, you know, you got to nurture a woman's femininity. You know, you kind of can't work her as hard as you would work yourself in order for her to keep her natural gender roles and feel good about it and want to keep doing it, you know. To be a nurturer, to cook and to clean and all that, that's something that she should want to do because she feels pride in the household. But when you got her working just as hard as you, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of tough. It is a little abusive.
When you say working as hard as you, what do you mean, bro?
Well, she shouldn't be doing any physical labor, first of all, you know. And then he said 16 hours a day. That's a lot.
That is a lot. All right. So Michelle Rose says, how do you nurture a woman's femininity?
You nurture a woman's femininity by, I'm gonna say by keeping her feminine, but you keep her feminine by keeping her in her natural gender role. When you're crossing gender roles, that's when things get a little hairy, you know.
But most women are out here working, bro. So
they are working, yeah.
Have
but
you
they
already
shouldn't be working as hard as the husband is. And they shouldn't be doing a heavy
when does
lifting.
that happen,
Let's
bro?
just
That
say
doesn't
like, yo, you go
normally
to
happen.
Costco. Let's just say you go to Costco, right? And you're in a water aisle, right? You're gonna let her pick the water up and put it in the cart? Nah,
No.
you're gonna do the heavy lifting. That's what I'm saying. Men should be doing the heavy lifting as far as finances and as far as things around the house. But I feel like when everything is 50-50, everything is just like, all right, you take this, you take that, we do this, everybody's blended. That makes women a little bit more masculine.
All right, so
treat her like a woman. Treat her like a lady.
I don't see many men not treating women like women, right? Because in our everyday walk of life, you don't have a lot of women doing shit that men should be doing, right? All right. A lot of times we don't do the same jobs. We don't do the same job, right? If it's something physical, most men, if they're not paying, even if they're not paying 100% of the bills or whatever, they're not gonna let their woman fucking like, yo, go, the toilet is broke. Go fix the toilet or something like that. Or
you'll be surprised, yo. They'll be on YouTube together trying to figure out how to fix this toilet. You'll be surprised, dog.
So when I'm speaking, I'm not gonna say there aren't exceptions to the rule, but most women are not going to go for that anyway. So there's this narrative out there is like, yo, men are making women do certain things. There's certain things that women are not gonna do, right? Like if most women, if they have a man and there's something that they feel like they shouldn't be doing, they're gonna tell their husband or their boyfriend to do it, right? We got this, it's this narrative that's running that men are forcing women to do things. He even used the term.
Give me an example. Give me an example, Ron. Give me an example of something that a woman would protest to doing.
Probably taking out the garbage.
You don't think a woman fixing? You don't think a woman would take out the garbage every once in a while, not to do the dishes?
Probably.
You don't think she'll be like, yo, you know what? I'll take the garbage out 2 days out the week. You get in the sink.
Do something else?
Yeah.
I'm not. We're not talking about. We're not talking about no negotiation. We're talking. We're just talking about
becoming now.
What?
Relationships are becoming negotiations now. remember we had that conversation with KB, and we were talking about like, yo, I was saying like, yo, it would be hell like if men and women lived in like a group home settings where they had like chores on the refrigerator Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know what I mean? Like, this is your day to do the garbage. This is your day to do the dishes. And Kyle was like, yo, he goes into homes and see that all the time. Like, people got designated days. It's a negotiation now. Women will be like, yo, listen, yeah, I'll do that. You do that. Roles
But
are
the stuff that
everybody's
they
intermingling all the roles. And that's where
I don't believe that. I don't believe most households are commingling all the roles. I think there are certain roles that men do, and there's certain roles that women will do.
Okay.
Right? I don't believe that every household is like, because all right, let's just say for instance garbage. Majority of the time, I feel like that is a men normally take out the garbage, right? And then you might have women that wash the dishes, right? I'm not saying those duties can't be interchanged, but I think for the most part, you might see more men taking out garbage and more women washing dishes, right? Now, it might be a little bit more than it was before based on the way society is. But even those type of duties, I don't think either one of those duties are like super duper hard. But let's just say, for instance, if we're talking about fixing something around the house, right?
Yeah.
Most women are not gonna do that shit. Of course, all right, there's probably some handy ass woman on HGTV that could renovate a house from top to bottom, right? But majority of women are not doing that shit.
Is it the same equivalent? Is it the same equivalent of her paying someone to do it? What if he's at work and she just pays a handyman to come over there and unclog the toilet? Is that the same equivalent of her doing it herself?
No, it's not.
Why?
Because she's doing it.
She
because
handled
he's
it.
Not there.
It got fixed.
I understand that. Like, if you don't have a man, that's something different. But more or less, even when it comes to things like that, right? If most of the time when a woman has a man in the house, if the toilet breaks, she's not gonna say, "Yo, I'm just gonna call a plumber." She's probably gonna bring it to her significant other, her boyfriend, her husband, and say, "Yo, the toilet's broke." And if he can't fix it, he's gonna call a plumber probably majority of the time. Like, that's not her department. She's not, she's not gonna. She don't know how to deal with plumbers, or she don't want to deal with plumbers.
I think you're talking about the perfect world. I don't think you're really in touch with what's going on out there right now. I don't think you're in touch with everybody with what's going on out there now. Everything is intermingled. Everything, she got the plumber's number just the way that he got it. He's like, yo, homie came through and he fixed it. Everything is just getting handled now. You know what I mean? And that's why I say by nurturing the woman.
That doesn't sound like a real life case study, bro. You telling me?
She's gonna tell him to call her anyway.
Let me ask you a question. You telling me in your household, right? Something breaks.
I'm talking about my household.
No, this is what you're saying though. This is what you're saying is going on in households.
Every other household but mine.
Let me just paint the picture for you. So your toilet breaks, right?
Yeah,
your wife is not gonna say nothing to you. She's just gonna call a plumber and get the shit fixed. And like,
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
All right. So what are we talking about, bro? That shit is not happening. Like in most households that have a man in the house, right? The woman's she's gonna be like, yo, that's you. You take care of that shit. You know what I mean? The same way, like if let's just say something like, yo, the kids gotta get their hair done or something. You got a daughter, she gotta get her hair braided. You ain't gonna be like, yo, I ain't gonna speak to my wife about this. Like, yo, she need her hair done. So I called her. You're gonna probably be like, yo, she getting her hair done, I'll pay for it or whatever. You're gonna take her to get her hair done, or you might take her, but you're going to conference with your wife about that, right? Because that's probably her thing, her department. It's one of her things. That's not your
nurturing.
thing.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So
grooming.
We got this idea, this mindset in it, or not even a mindset, but we have this these images in our head is that like, yo, there's women doing a bunch of shit that they don't want to do, right? Unless we saying like women just don't want to do the normal I guess you could say more feminine tasks inside the house anymore. Because that's what it sounds like was being said, right? When
That's definitely
he's talking
being
about he's talking about like, oh, it seems like slavery because all right, she got to work her job and she still has to do the stuff that she normally would do inside the house.
Yeah.
Right. But all of us live in a society where we want things. We look at social media, we see what everybody else has, so we want everything. So nah, even if I say as a man, yo, let's just live off my income, right? Give me a good 3 to 5 years. Let me get my shit straight. I'm making this now. I feel like if I do this, that, and the third, I can make more money, right? You don't have to worry. Just take care of the kids. All right, right now we might be here, but yo, you give me a few years, 3 to 5 years, I'll save up the money. We can buy a crib. We be all right, right? But that shit is not happening. That shit is not happening because everybody feels like, all right, you got to have this, that, and the third to represent the bar of success. And most people feel like I can't reach that bar of success by myself. I need a running mate. I need a partner. I need that income. I need a chick that brings something to the table financially. But I feel like if we put men against their back against the wall and we put them in a position where they have to figure some shit out and they got to provide for their families, a lot of dudes is gonna make it happen. Some, I ain't gonna say all will be successful. Some will fail, but you put that pressure on most men, they're gonna figure some shit out and they're gonna make some shit happen.
Here's a question that kind of, all right, here. What do you feel about homeschooling? I hear a lot of men saying that they would want their wives to homeschool their children if they're home full time. That's like housewives. Where do you fall with that?
I don't know. Like, see, that sounds like I don't know. When you say it, it makes me feel like dudes are saying like, oh, well, you don't do much, so let me add this task so I could feel like you doing some shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you truly believe that your wife could teach them kids better than like, or teach the curriculum of the school better than the teachers can, all right, then all right, be my guest, do it. But if my wife is not a teacher and that's not her bag, that's not what she does, like, well, I'm gonna put that on her when I have somebody else that's totally capable of doing the job 100%, and that's what they do. That's what they're an expert. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give my wife some additional tasks just because it's like, all right, well, you home, I'm carrying everything, and you don't got to do nothing. So here's some extra shit for you to do for you to earn.
What is she doing when she's home? If she doesn't have to work, I don't
know.
You can put her up.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's a lot of shit that they. Well, all right, they cook, they clean, they make sure the kids are good. They do the scheduling for the kids, activities. You know, it's a bunch of shit that needs to be done. Definitely fill up a daily, like a work day, an 8-hour work day, or even 10-hour work day.
Yeah.
What?
Nah, it sounds like a bunch of nothing to me, but that's all right.
What you mean a bunch of nothing?
It sounds like regular shit. It sounds like shit that they was gonna do anyway. Listen, I don't believe in to get to the actual conversation. 50-50. When I say heavy lifting, I don't believe in 50-50. I feel like you should take a load off financially, and that allows her to play into her roles a lot better. And that's where it doesn't feel like slavery thing comes into play. When you got something with someone doing just as much as you, and then they're doing more for you at home, because let's keep it real. You just said they can fill up a whole schedule worth of work in a day if they were home. So if they're working a full 40-hour work week and they're doing that, it is a little abusive. I feel like men should aspire to take a load off of their women's plate
But how are you taking a load off her plate?
By handling some of the heavy lifting, like handling the heavy bills.
What does that matter though? Because she still got to work. She's still working the
Yeah,
time.
she got to work, but she could hold some more money in her pocket. She doesn't have to
What
work
does that?
as hard.
Okay,
she doesn't have to do.
No. What does that?
Yeah.
How does that make any sense though? Because the heavy lift, the what you call abuse, you said it's abusive, is the fact that she has to work a full work week, 40 hours,
and do all
still,
the
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not stopping that. You having her still do that, but it's like, all right, you work that much, so you don't got your money. Don't
hold
have
on
to
to some of your money.
Hold
on to some of your money.
Why not just tell
hold
her
on to some of your money? Hold on to some of your money. Everybody feels better when they have money in their pocket.
Why not just say, yo, you don't have to work? If you feel like that's
everybody
abuse,
would love to be there, Ron. Everybody would love to be there. You know what I mean? Eventually, one day.
You could do it then.
It's not going to be there.
No, if you're saying that, you could do it. Right. So let's just I'll use you for example, right? If you like a 70-30 type of guy, right? And you're gonna let your wife only pay 30% of the bills and you pay 70% of the bills, right? Well, why don't you just tell her go part-time or go per diem? Because I think she would probably rather be able to not work.
Now that income is not there anymore. Now I got to make up that income. You know what I mean? Because that income is not even there. So you're not
abusing her anymore, though. She's not being abused. She's working less, and she's not abused. Because the money you can't like. All right, so
let's keep it above, Ron. A lot of these, like they're where are they part-time jobs at? Like what are you saying? Like you're making up situations now. Like you just going into human resources like y'all want to do half my job now.
Jobs?
No, there's no part. Like either you work or you don't. Jobs. Either you work or you don't. Like you could be a substitute teacher if you're like retired or something like that. But either you work or you don't. Like I know we talking talking points. I know that we're on YouTube and we got part-time job. Like what you gonna go bag groceries 20 hours a week or something like that? Like what are we doing here? Like the woman has a job. She doesn't have to work overtime. She doesn't have to do anything extra. You know what I mean? Keeps the money in her pocket. She could go out with the kids on the weekend, use the money for her children, for herself, take care of herself, and everybody's happier for it. Until I could do 80-20 and I could do 90-10. And hopefully one day I could get to a 400. But a lot of men aren't going cold turkey.
Even when you making when you paying 100, she's still working, but she just get to keep all her money.
Now, hopefully, once we hit 100, it'll be a nice scenario if she could work for me, or if she could find, I would give her, a year or two, maybe even 3, to find her passion, find something that she wants to do. She could start a small business or do something and do something for herself. You know what I mean? That'd be the perfect situation.
Perfect doesn't exist in the world, right?
It doesn't. But perfect is for you. Perfect is whatever you make it.
Exactly, right? So usually it's not going to be exactly the way you want it to be, but I feel like 50-50, 70-30. If you're not taking over 100% of it and you're not sitting,
can't be that black and white, Ron. You can't be that.
I think it is that black and white.
It can't be that black and white.
Michelle Rose said, "Can you nurture a woman's femininity by allowing her not to work?"
I think that's the number one way to do it.
All right, so you're talking about like just letting her keep her money. Like she's still working, right? She's still getting like you called it abuse. She's still being abused, right? Where she has to work. She's working pretty much 80 hours a week, right? So even though you're letting her keep her money, like I don't think that really matters.
Wow, we live in the real world. We live in the real world. If you walk into the gym, if you walk into the gym today, right, and you're like, yo, I want to lift 3 plates, you're not gonna rack 3 plates on each side and just lift it overnight. You know what I mean? You're gonna do the 1 plate. You're gonna work your way up to that weight. You know what I mean? It's just like everything else in life. We work our way up to things if you want to do it comfortably. Like we want to maintain close to our same lifestyles and we want to move up comfortably, and that's the perfect way to do it. I feel like
I
you take more of a plate, you take on more responsibility until you could be like, yo, you know what? That's off the map. You go ahead. There's no part-time. There's no nothing. Because guess what? One day you might need that money if you fall a little flat, or you take a little step back. So it's not going to be cold turkey. Most responsible people who are the head of their household don't do irrational things like tell their wives to go quit their job so I could go freaking work 80 hours a week, like just to stroke my ego. Like, we're going to come up with a plan and we're going to execute. Right.
No, I get what you're saying. But all I'm saying is that while you're executing that plan and you're taking on more of the obligations, you should decrease the amount of work that your wife puts in.
It's not
because you're the one that's saying it's abuse.
I can't send my wife to human resources and be like, yo, tell me you want to work 20 hours a week. They're gonna be like, yo, no, thank you. You know what I mean? Like, there are no part-time jobs. Like, what are you gonna be, a Walmart greeter? Like, what are you gonna do? What are you like? What jobs? It's kid jobs.
They're part-time jobs.
Yeah, I don't know. Paying less equals working less. Paying less means working less.
Okay, but the thing is, if you're saying it's about her being able to just like keep her money anyway, so it don't matter, because it's like, all right, if we're talking about you don't need the money to pay no bills or nothing like that, or pay any obligations. It's like, all right, if she works as a Walmart greeter or something like that, what does it matter anyway? It's just extra money for her anyway. You understand what I'm saying? For her to be okay with the fact that she's working, because you're paying the bills anyway, right? Because you say you're not taking none of that money, you're paying for everything.
Like, I'm taking her off the board for her to be a Walmart greeter. Like, that's what we're like. I was being facetious when I was saying that, but I'm not going to work to pay 100% of the bills for her passion to be like, I'm going to work at Walmart. You know what I mean?
So
like,
you got an ulterior motive. That's what it is. Yeah. You got an ulterior motive. Like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your 100% comes with conditions, right? It's not like I want her to
Does
be.
Does life come with conditions?
Initially, we were talking about a woman being in her femininity, right, and taking the brunt
and nurturing the femininity.
Yeah, nurturing her femininity.
Yeah.
Right? And the way you said.
By the way, Michelle Rose is asking questions about it. It sounds like you about to be doing some nurturing too, big nigga.
Yo, it is what it is. But what I'm saying is that if that is the case, then you should, if you're going to if you want her to nurture her femininity, then she needs to not be working. She needs to be able to focus 100%, like, on those tasks, or as far as taking care of the home, right? She can be able to rest, and she don't have to do no heavy lifting, no nothing, right? And that's she's gonna be the most feminine woman that you want her to be. I'm just going by what you said, bro.
You started the conversation by saying a lot of people take hard stances and they play into certain roles. You're really deep on the other side of this. I don't really see like you're seeing any in between. Like, you're staying completely on the left, and you're not even seeing anything
completely in on the left as far as what?
You're saying it's all or nothing. That's all you're adding to the conversation.
I do believe. I believe it's like I don't think it's
all or nothing.
No,
there's no 70-30. There's no 50-50. There's no 80-20. There's no 90-10. It's all or nothing.
That don't matter. It don't matter, right? Like, if you say I do 70-30, I do 80-20, I do 50-50. I think they all the same, right?
Yeah.
Now it's either
that's what I'm getting.
Your wife don't work or she work, right? Because if she working, trust and believe, ain't no dude gonna have his wife working a full-time job and be like, nah, you know what? You keep all your money. Your money you don't have to put none of your money to nothing.
We started this conversation.
Their money's gonna be used for something.
We started this. One of the early conversations in this talk was would we keep working if we had a certain amount of money. And we both said that we would keep working, even if our basics were covered. Because it gives you a sense of pride, it gives you a sense of purpose. It does give you something. Like women work their whole life to get to this point, and yeah, they want to take care of their families. They want to be the best mothers and wives that they can be, but they are people too. I'm raising women, you know what I mean, and they have interests and they have goals. I speak to my youngest daughter about what she wants to do and what she wants to be all the time, you know, and if she can actually do that and do that comfortably without having to work herself to the bone, it kind of leaves her space to be the best mother that she can be. Like, everybody's going to work. People work because they want to work too.
Yeah, some people do.
So it's not like yo, we just gonna like all or nothing. If she's not working, then you're not nurturing her, or you're not keeping her feminine. She could work and still be a great mother, a great feminine woman, and you could be doing your thing.
I believe that. You're the one that said it sounds like abuse when a woman has to work a full-time job and she has to take care of the house.
Nah, when she has
said that. I didn't say that.
No. When she has to work 60, he said 16 hours a day. When she got to work 16 hours a day, that's abuse. And still do everything.
Technically, she's working 16 hours a day because 8 hours on the clock and 8 hours with your kid in the house, right? So what's the difference?
You said 16 hours and then coming home and doing the other stuff.
Semantics, bro. Semantics.
That's what we're here for. YouTube, baby.
All right, let's look
for the video. Shit, we're gonna be like 3 hours on this shit.
Put yourself in a position, right? You work if you have to get 2 jobs. If you have to get 2 jobs,
I don't agree.
You grind, allow your woman to do what she does in the home. If you have a business idea, you have her nurture that. Hey, baby, it's gonna be a little hard for the next 2 years. But if we move like this, we're going to be good. You keep saying, who am I to tell you this? A man that's been in your position. A man that has risen above your circumstances. And I'm coming back down to say, this is what you do. You're not a man until you move like this. Most males will die, never experience what it feels to be a man and to be completely respected by his women and children because he didn't step into that true king place. Brother, it's hard. I understand. It's difficult.
But do you understand though?
Brother,
do you understand?
Brother, if I didn't understand,
there's no way possible you can understand.
Oh, praise.
No way.
Why do you think that, brother?
Look at you. You on the net flashy. Yeah, man. You're not a man if you're not going 100. Your woman don't love you because you're not paying 100% of your bills.
She can't.
Who's to say that?
Brother, you will never know what it feels like to truly experience your woman until you're able to remove.
Are you with my woman?
Brother.
Are you with my woman, brother?
Brother,
are you with my woman?
Brother, listen.
Exactly.
I almost called you a woman.
You got your woman, I got mine, brother.
Brother, right now, you're dealing in high emotions. You're not even allowing me to finish my sentence,
For
brother.
what? You finished your sentence.
Bro, do you like Chinese food?
No.
Do you like chicken?
No.
So you don't like nothing?
No.
let me give you a
that nigga completely shut down,
brother, please. And may you.
Hold on. Let's see. So.
That nigga said, you like Chinese food? No. You like chicken? No.
Yo, the conversation is triggering, bro. The conversation is very, very
triggering.
Completely
shut down. He completely shut down.
Like, yo, what are we telling men, man? Like this is the type of stuff that will get men to do crazy stuff.
Crash out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, crash out. To tell them like, yo, if you not like, yo, if you can't do this, like basically you're helpless. Like you're like shit on the bottom of somebody's shoe. Like you're nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't think this is not the right message to be sending to men. And I don't think that this dude was always up, right? And yo, we gotta have some humility. He's saying things to this dude, but he ain't really telling him nothing. You understand what I'm saying?
I just was about to say, you think you could coach somebody? You think that you could take two or three young men and like really like walk on, yeah? Would you talk to him like that, or you have a different approach?
No, I would have a way different approach, right?
What would be your overall message? Like, what would be your overall message?
Come up with a plan. Come up with a strategy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even from the beginning, right? It's not about money because I'm gonna keep it a whole buck with with everybody, with all the men out there, right? When you getting money, you're gonna have ups, you're gonna have downs, right? I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm down right now. Like I'm really restructuring, I'm revamping, I'm pivoting, I'm doing a bunch of other shit trying to get back up. You understand what I'm saying? But either way, like when I'm up, it's not all about the bread. When I'm down, it's not all about the bread. You understand what I'm saying? And it's about the respect. Like, even if I'm down, my wife shows me ultimate respect, bro. She's not gonna her the way she treats me doesn't waver based on my wallet. You understand what I'm saying? And of course, that probably does come with equity or things that I did in the past, but I've shown my character as a man, which had nothing to do with money, even when I was dead ass broke. You understand what I'm saying?
You've had a lot more ups than you've been down though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so equity is a big part of it, right?
It is a big thing, but all my equity is not based on money though. You understand what I'm saying?
All right.
There's other ways that I bring value into my relationship and into my household. You understand what I'm saying? So to tell a dude like this is all you are and that's it, bro. Most dudes is not gonna make a lot of money in their lifetime. Like this dude is on some life coach shit, right? Some motivational speaker shit where he's telling, like, he's the type of guy that's gonna have you at a seminar telling you could be a millionaire and buy my course and that he's giving that
right? That's exactly what I'm getting from him.
This is the thing. When I'm sitting down speaking to somebody, I'm gonna keep it a whole buck with you. Everybody's not built to make a lot of money. Everybody don't even have the capacity, the fucking stamina to go that hard for that long to get up like that. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just real shit. You understand what? So you got to know that there's dudes that's all right. He might make $15 an hour, $14 an hour. His up might be $30 an hour, and that's all he's gonna get. You understand what I'm saying? But you know what? For his situation, for his family, that might be great. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not a one size fits all when it comes to men, right? They're different men, and it's different. Like, some dudes, their identity got to be the money because they don't bring nothing else to the table. They might be lame as hell. They might be unattractive. They might have a fucking terrible personality or whatever. So they might have to be the money guy. Other than that, they would be fucking non-existent. They'd be as boring as watching paint dry. You understand what I'm saying? So for him to make blanket statements like that, like, all right, if that's your bag and that's your image and that's the persona that you're putting out as the money guy, cool, that's you, right? But don't tell me, especially if I don't value that or I don't subscribe to that as far as being the money guy, like, that I ain't shit because I'm not on the same type of shit that you are. You understand what I'm saying? 100%. So everybody's not on that, bro. They're not on that. They're not on that. And everybody is not going, like, imagine a world where everybody was up, everybody was rich. That shit is not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, bro.
Wouldn't be rich anymore.
It wouldn't be. You understand what I'm saying? It wouldn't be.
Yeah, man. No. Put the good back on. I said a mouthful.
My bad.
Nah. You rocking. I'm a natural contrarian. I could just disagree with anything, but you got on that one.
Take this with a divine understanding heart, because I know how sometimes when we get triggered, we can't hear the love in a message because we feel triggered, we feel ashamed. But I'm saying this, if you truly love your woman, right? If you truly care for her, all I'm saying is go hard for her. And you going hard for her won't last. I know some brothers might be like, I live here, my rent's $1,400. I live here, my rent's $2,000. I live here, my rent's $5,000. I understand. But how would you be living if you didn't have that woman? All I'm saying is if she loves you and you love her, go hard for her. And then you say, baby, look, I'm going to go hard. You stay home. You nurture the children. You nurture the company. I'm going to focus on bringing in this money. So if you're playing your position and she's playing her position, you won't be struggling for too long. And I'm coming from a place of love, but most men have never been loved by a man.
What I'm hearing you say is overwork myself until I'm dead. I can't no longer enjoy this woman. That's what you're saying to
Is
me.
your family worth that?
That's what you're saying to
Is
me.
your family worth going to war for?
Of course.
So, brother, you taking on another job to provide for your family's every need.
But if I continue to work like that, I won't be able to enjoy my family.
Man, brother, your family wasn't created for your enjoyment. They were created for you to lead them and guide them to be in a better position than you. This is for your lineage, not just for your personal emotions right now. And sometimes as men, we feel neglected. Sometimes as men, we feel neglected.
You're a funny guy. You know why? You're a funny guy. Because at the end of the day, it's a family. You know, we supposed to be together, laugh, smile, pray together.
All praises.
Not me overwork myself till I have a heart attack.
But who's supposed to sacrifice?
What do you mean?
Who sacrifices for the family can strive, brother.
I'm already sacrificing.
What's that?
What do you mean?
8 hours? While your woman is sacrificing 8 hours, coming home, having sex with you, cleaning, cooking, taking care of the children.
I don't make my woman do anything that she does, brother.
What you mean? You don't have to. It's in a woman to make sure that her man.
And if she said she didn't want to cook today, I'm gonna say, okay, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, brother.
So again, who are you to tell me I'm not a man because I'm not going 100%?
What do you?
What you think?
I think Rich Guy hit a stride on that one a little bit. It is about going hard though for your family, and that's where I kind of lean towards with paying most of the. Listen, everybody's gonna work. Like America is a 2-man game. Like I said, it's a capitalist. Until you could take both training wheels
That's
off.
based on your values, bro. Go ahead.
That is based off my values, yeah, because I want shit. Yes, yeah. But I want to go on vacation. I want my quality of life to stay at a certain level while I make it to the next level. So yeah, that is based on my standards. But I do believe on going hard.
It's based on somebody else's standards. But go ahead.
Whose standards are those?
Whoever influenced you that going on certain vacations and living a certain lifestyle is fly. You ain't come up with that shit yourself, my nigga. Somebody influenced you.
I mean, once you've been there, what you mean influence? Once you've been there, first time I went on vacation, I went by I didn't go by myself. I went with friends. You know what I mean? It'd be like, all right, cool. Right. It'll be cool. When you have a family, you go back and like, what do you mean influence? What I saw like the Big Pimpin' video, and I was like, let's go get a boat.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what it was, but we're all influenced by something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
how about we're influenced by our experiences?
What we value as success.
About all right, everybody got a baseline. Everybody got to start somewhere. Same way you have yours, I got mine, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like a 4-letter word with my little success because I don't want to, because I want to go on vacation. It's not such a bad thing.
But you basically you talking about going hard because you want to live a certain level, certain lifestyle, right?
No. I'm saying going hard because while you live that certain lifestyle, you want to kind of take some of the burden off of your spouse.
I get what you're saying. Your wife. What I'm saying is that what you value, everybody doesn't value the same thing, right?
Fine. Yeah.
There are other couples out there that I don't. My value is like, all right, we could just we might work fucking between the both of us 40 hours, 20 hours each during the week, but we spend mad time together, right? They may value that. You understand?
Yeah.
Versus all right,
that cardboard box is mad, cozy. I know.
All right, see, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. Like, if someone doesn't subscribe to your value system, then it's a shot throw, right? And we got to realize that everybody, like, just because we into certain things or we feel like this is what success is, doesn't mean that somebody else that doesn't subscribe to that is lesser than or.
At the end of the day, what anybody else eats doesn't make me shit. But I do got an opinion on it. That's what we're here for. That's what Cigars and Whiskey is here for. Mm-hmm. We built on how the fuck we feel about this situation. You know what I mean? So I feel, like, yo, listen, it is, I feel like a man should go hard for his family. You know what I mean? He should
I
go.
agree.
He should put
I
on
agree.
his foot on the gas so that his family can have as much as they want, and I mean as much as they need. You know, and
Okay.
it's not all about there is a work home life balance, and that's healthy for you, for yourself, healthy for the children. But you should definitely be going harder than your wife.
I don't know how that can be like quantified. Who's going harder?
Mhm.
Because that's all subjective. You know what I mean? Based on that's all based on how you
Yeah,
perceive
it's
it.
slang. I'll give you that.
You might feel like you going harder than your wife. Your wife might feel like, yo, I'm
You could be
working.
going harder and she make more money. You could be working more hours and she
It
make
could
more
be.
money and less hours.
Your wife might not. You
But
might feel that way, but
going harder, how you quantify it is if the mortgage is 4,000, yo, I take care of this. You take care of the utilities. That's what going hard looks like. If you want to
I
quantify,
gotta ask.
if
I
you want to
gotta
put a
ask
number on it.
anybody in the group chat, right? Female in the group chat, if just paying less of the bills, does that make you feel like your man is doing more, or does that make you feel better when you got to pay less of the bills? Or do you want to be to the point where you're not paying?
Ron, let's just reverse engineer it. Let's reverse engineer it. This is just simple. It's only me and you here for now. Let's
Mhm.
just do the math, right? All right. Paying. All right. So let's just start from the beginning. Boy meets girl, right? Hey,
Mhm.
let's go out on Friday night. Who takes care of that bill on Friday night?
Dude.
He starts off doing the heavy lifting, doesn't he?
Mhm.
So when does he take the foot off of the lifting? Like when does he stop doing the heavy lifting, Ron?
I don't think he should ever stop doing heavy lifting.
So here we are. 15 years later, 10 years later, that same couple is married. Why isn't he still doing the heavy lifting?
No, he didn't tell her on that first date, yo, pay 30% of the
He
bill
set
and I'll
up
pay
precedent.
70. He paid 100% of it.
I like what you did there. I like what you did there. I like that. Now the math
So
is mapping, right? The math is mapping.
yeah, yes.
All right.
Niggas
Okay.
not doing that. So yo, that's why I stand on that. Like, yo, either you're gonna go, for me, when it comes to that, it's black and white. You could throw all the percentages out there and the 70-30s or whatever. If she don't gotta pay zero, then it's like, all right, then I guess you're doing too much.
You ain't doing nothing. Everybody's equal. If you ain't
I ain't saying you do nothing.
mm-hmm.
I'm not even saying you even wrong for having her pay.
I don't even think you believe what you're saying. How about that?
What?
I don't even think you believe it. I don't even think
Believe
you
what?
believe that it's either all or nothing. I don't even think that you believe it.
Yo, bro. What I'm saying is I never said it was wrong for couples to split bills, right? I didn't say it was anything wrong with that, right? But when niggas talking about, all right, you got to do the heavy lifting. The heavy lifting is everything, right? It's everything. It's not like, yo, all right, if you reach this percentage, then it's not like you get a 75, you get a 65, then you pass the test. No, it's
Nah,
like
the heavy lifting is the heavy lifting, though, Ryan. You're gonna at Costco. Now we back at Costco. You're gonna grab the waters. You're gonna grab the detergent. You're gonna grab the juices. She can still pull a couple of fruit snacks or off the. You know what I mean? You're gonna do the heavy stuff. She can get the fruit snacks. She can get the. You know what I mean? But you're gonna grab the bag of rice. You're gonna get all the heavy stuff. And she gets the stuff that she could reach. You know what I mean?
I get it, right?
You know,
and I'm realistic, right? I'm realistic, right? Depending on how you want to live your lifestyle, a lot of the times you're gonna have to have two incomes, and I totally.
America's a two-man game, yo.
No. If you play the game that way, it's gonna be a two-man game, right? And most people do. You understand what I'm saying? Most people do. But what I'm saying is that I don't think we should go back and forth about the percentages. Like, all right, I don't think it's no different if your wife is paying 50% of the bills or she's paying 30% of the bills. It's like she's paying some of the bills, right? So it is what it is. Now, if you say, yo, you don't got to pay for shit, that's something different. All that 10% here, 15% here, nah, I don't. I think it's like, all right, if you saying you squabbling about a few percentages here or there, I don't think it's even worth talking about. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not talking from a position where I got my wife paying zero and I don't pay. I pay everything or whatever like that. No, my wife pays. She contributes a whole hell of a lot to the household. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not even speaking from a position of saying like, yo, that's what I do, right? I'm just saying like, if I was to get to the point where I could pay 100%, it'd be one way. But if anything else other than that, it's like, all right, I need that money. I need her money too. Her money's putting, knocking down some of these bills, or she, her money goes for a lot of the bills also.
Food on the table is doing everything.
Yeah, everything. Yeah,
paying for the tuition. Man, that money's needed. Because if it's if it's something that where I gotta take my daughter out of school for 2 years, and in order to work on me being 100%, like I feel like why I play the percentage game is because I feel like if you do aspire to be at 100%, I feel like you have to work your way up to it. I feel like it's easier to get to 100% if you're at 80 than if you're at 50. And I feel like if you're at 50, you kind of, you're not, you kind of. Every time a woman pulls out her wallet, the pussy dries up just a little bit more, yo. Like you ain't really keeping it as feminine as you want to keep it. Every time she going in that wallet, she cutting them checks as much. You wanna keep her out of her purse as much as possible.
Oh, okay.
Because please believe, when that first date, if you pull out and you like, yo, yeah, so the bill's $150, so I'm gonna need 75 plus that gratuity. You ain't getting no pussy that night.
No, I would agree. That's a fact. I would definitely agree with that. I would agree. Yeah. All right, so let's
we could breeze through the rest of this. Yeah,
right.
Let's see what's on the rest of this.
You consider a man?
What do you mean?
What is a man to you?
A man that gets up, goes to work. A woman that gives his woman what he can, provides for his family what he can.
Okay. But that doesn't sound like a man. That sounds like a boy trapped in a man's body, because a man doesn't make excuses. We don't do what we can. We do what we want. We don't do what we can. We do what we want. We do not, brother. We do not do what we can. We do what we want. What we are a reflection of God, brother. A man is a reflection of God.
Correct.
A man does for his family what he wants. A man puts in real work. A man wakes up. A man wakes up just to serve God and his family, brother.
Let me ask you a question, brother.
And for you to die for your family tired is a privilege.
Let me ask you a question, brother.
Yes, brother.
When you get paid,
praises,
and you paying 100%, what do you do for yourself,
brother?
What do you do for yourself, brother?
Brother, when you have a wife and you're taking care of this great woman, because you chose her.
Correct.
So you're going to choose a great wife. You're not going to choose a evil wife unless you're an evil man. And when you're doing for this woman 100%, that's what this good, loving, nurturing woman going to do for you. She's going to nurture you 100%. Now she's more softer, brother. Your food tastes better because it's filled with love. You're not looking at your woman tired. You're not looking at your woman crying because she's exhausted. You're seeing your woman smiling and having the patience, the divine understanding to play with and be with the children. She's not impatient, brother. So all I'm saying is I understand your frustration, because I know it's hard out here for men. I understand it. But you got to become more stronger and more harder than your circumstances. So if one job isn't taking care of your family, get another one. And if that one doesn't take care of your family, get another one. And then tell your wife, this is the plan, baby. I'm going to go hard for 2 years, 3 years, but this is the plan. And if we execute this, if you nurture this correctly with the knowledge and information that I give you, we'll be successful when we get out of this situation. So again, brother, I'm just a man that loves you. The majority of us men have never had fathers. And if we did have fathers, they weren't strong, brother. We've never seen our mothers love correctly. So we're repeating what we've seen. We've seen women go hard for so long. We believe it's in their nature to go hard. The queen should never be in the battlefield.
But you're still
The
in no
brother,
place
the
to say
queen.
that a man is not a man because he's not paying 100%.
So what do you consider that?
He said a lot right there.
He said a lot, but we kind of covered most of what he said. He said a lot, but what you take from him?
I do feel like I gotta say that dude on the other side, you know, he seemed like he may have a bit of excuses, right? And he's not being 100% accountable, right?
Does he have a plan? Does he seem like he have a plan?
I don't know if he has a plan. That's not even where I'm at. It's just the fact that he had made the comment of like, well, what do you do for yourself? You know what I mean? And or what when you make money, what do you do for yourself or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of I would say for the majority of men that have families, they get a sense of fulfillment and they're happy when they see they can do things for their family. You understand what I'm saying? I think that is their fulfillment then. You know, they don't have to do some shit for themselves. Like, yeah, I gotta buy something for myself. No, it's nothing like that. I think when they see if their family is in need of something, they can take care of it and they can
fill the gap.
I think, you know, we're fulfilled with that. You understand what I'm saying? But
daughter come home, yo, I want to play an instrument, yo, huh? You know what I mean? I got the class trip, huh? Wifey birthday coming up, huh? You know what I mean? Everything is good. Like we always gonna be good. We gonna be out, see something. It's easy to just grab something. We always gonna be good. You know what I mean? If you're that type of person, you always gonna take care of yourself. That's the easy part, you know?
I'm sorry. You froze up for a little bit.
No, I said that's the easy part is taking care of yourself. We've been doing that from day one. Shit, that's how we got that woman, by taking care of ourselves. You know what I mean? And looking the part.
So he made a statement of a man can't be a man if he makes excuses, and if he does make excuses, he's a
boy trapped in a man's body.
Boy trapped in a man's body.
Yeah, I heard that too.
What do you feel about that statement?
I feel like that was kind of powerful, and that's a lot of what's going on in this YouTube space. There's a lot of men want to hold women accountable, but when that mirror is to their face, that shit is like saying Candyman. Niggas run. You know what I mean? A lot of excuses, a lot of, oh, it's her fault, or this is the woman's fault, this is her fault. Now I always say, yo, the community is always based by the power of their men, you know? And I'm always gonna hold the dudes accountable. Like, you know, there's a difference between an excuse and a reason. You know?
Let me ask you this though. Do you feel like the community allows men or do they put men underneath the necessary pressure to get the most out of it?
Absolutely not.
That's one of my biggest things is that I feel like
the community is coddling men like single mothers. Coddle men.
I do believe that.
Boys.
But then also there's a whole nother situation going on where, yo, women are super independent, right? And I'm saying independent in the sense where it's like it's all about me type of independence, self-centered in a sense, right?
Selfish or independent?
Selfish, yeah. Their independence is it's not like a real
self-sufficient.
Self-sufficient
or independent.
Like, all right. Women start doing well and they're making money, but it's like I can see them saying, like, don't put us with the whole race of black people. Let us make our own category, because we don't want to be lumped in with them. You understand what I'm saying? Because we doing our thing, right? We don't want that bad reflection of everybody in the black race is doing bad. But
well, shit, gay people left. Gay black men left.
When it comes to like you said, when you say the race of people, they're judged by their men, right? But I don't think we're getting the opportunity to really. I don't think a lot of men are getting the opportunity to step up to the plate. Like
you sound like you're making excuses. It's 2023. What the fuck else you needed? What else niggas needed?
I'm saying to put these niggas' feet to the fire. Put them to the fire, right? Because all right, we're getting to the point where it's like women will be like, nah, I don't fuck with this. I don't fuck with these dudes that don't make no money, right? So it's like, all right, it's like when I said earlier, I said a lot of the times a woman will make a man want to do better or do more, right? But if he's not able to even interact with that woman that is doing better, he's not going to like. It's like she not even fucking with him no more, right? Men, they might have a woman, right? Or they start dating a woman that's doing some things or whatever, and it makes him want to do things, to be greater. Because she's doing her shit, she on her shit, so I need to get on my shit. But I think a lot of the times now, you're getting a lot of men that they can't even date some of these women, because some of these women are like, yo, I wouldn't fuck with a dude because he don't have X, Y, and Z. If he don't
guess
have this
what, Ron?
education, he don't have this money, he
She
don't have
ain't
this,
for you. She ain't for you.
No, she ain't for you. I'm just talking about
a woman who's saying that she only wants to deal with a man who makes a certain amount of money. You just gotta let her fall to the wayside and let her become one of the women who fuck with men with a lot of money. And when her looks fade, he'll throw her to the wayside and she'll just be an old single woman.
I understand what you're saying, but let's just say, for instance, if let's just like I try to date a woman that she's college educated, she has a good career, all that good shit or whatever, and she says she won't date me, right? I'm gonna date a woman that might be more like me, right? Where she
equally
doesn't, she's
equally
let's just say she's not educated like I'm not educated. She has a regular gig or whatever like that, but that may, in a sense, like, all right, well, she's okay with what I have now, so I'm not striving to be that much greater than what I am, right? Now, if
I don't understand that part. Say that part one more time.
So let's say, for instance, if I'm a dude on a come up, right?
Yeah.
But I can't. Certain women won't date me.
Yeah.
Right. Let's just say if I was let's say if I, hypothetically speaking, if I was trying to date like a chick that was let's say a nurse. She's a nurse and she makes 6 figures or whatever. She got her bachelor's, master's, so all the degrees and all that good shit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I'm a regular worker nigga, right?
Yeah.
I start dating her, I might want to do more. I might say, yo, you know what? Maybe I want to go to school. I want to go back to school. Or she might tell me, yo, once you go back to school, you can do X, Y, and Z, whatever this.
Right.
But let's just say I try to date her. She don't want to date me.
Yeah.
Right. You don't got no education. You don't make no money, no nothing. Right. So then I go date. Let's say I'm working at a retail store, and I date a chick that I work with. That's you could say is equally yoked as I am. Right. Mm. She's equally yoked with me, and we both work at the store. Right. Am I going to strive to be like what I probably would have been with that other woman versus with this woman?
Yeah, why not? Why would your motivations be based on who you're with?
I think that plays a big part in it.
You only got one life to live.
I think a lot. I understand that. I think life is based on influences, the people that we're around, people that we interact with.
Well, maybe
Right?
you don't know, but if you know better, you should definitely do better. If you don't know that certain rooms exist, then
Well,
you're
that's
ignorant.
another
But if
that's
you
a whole
know
nother
better,
that's a whole nother level to it though, right? You said it,
and at the
right?
same time, it's not up to that. If that nurse didn't want to carry you and bring you up to her level and then maybe pass, that's her cross the bear. Like that's onto her. I really don't feel like that's the woman's job.
I'm not even saying it's her cross to bear, right? But like I said, dealing with certain people, interacting with certain people, you start to you might have more knowledge on, you might be in different rooms with different people, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is,
You gotta find other ways to get there, dog.
no.
If it ain't your woman, it might be family. It might be your OG that you're sitting across
I get
to,
it. I'm just
and you arguing with. It could
I
be
get
anybody. It could be your boss at your square job. It could be anybody. You know what I mean? You gotta find a way to get excel. You know what I mean?
I understand that, but I understand what you're saying. But a lot of the times, I don't think some dudes wouldn't even think, they wouldn't even be thinking about those other rooms or anything like that if they don't meet certain people or they don't interact with certain people. You
So
understand?
you're saying you're saying let me break it down a level, like another level. Let's just say a dude lives in the projects,
Mm-hmm.
and he approaches a shorty that lives in the burbs, and she shoots him down. But he starts dating a shorty that lives in the projects. There's a higher chance that they're gonna raise their family in the projects,
In the
and they're never gonna get
project,
out the
yes.
project.
Exactly. Thank you for breaking that shit down. That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Whose fault is that though? Like who's?
No, that's well. I don't. It's not even. Let's not. That's not. I don't want to play the blame game, but
and everybody knows what the birds look like.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't expect like women to do anything else. You know, that kind of like a lot of these women that are out there to do anything that doesn't benefit them. I don't think a lot of women will do much stuff to benefit. They're not thinking about the race of Black people. You understand what I'm saying? They like, yo, I'm good. I got money, or I got a career, or I got this, I got that. I'm good, right? And like I was saying before about like people don't really give a fuck unless it's affecting them. Even though the Black, African Americans as a whole, like race-wise, we're at the bottom. It don't matter that our women are up because they're gonna just worry about themselves. They're not gonna worry about the group as a whole. That's why, like you said, it's based on the men, right? And the men do need to do better. It's all based on us. It's gonna be up to us to bring us up. Not like the women, they're gonna just be like,
they're gonna be women.
Yeah, y'all need to catch up.
Because trust me, we don't want the women to be the men.
Straps.
We don't want the woman to be the leader. That's gonna be insufferable.
That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Okay. It's not gonna happen, right? Well,
I hope not. That shouldn't be embarrassing.
It might sound.
It'll be embarrassing. Nigga knock on the door. Is the woman of the house home? Can I speak to the woman of the house? The decision maker.
Yeah. I was about to say something. I'm not. Let me say, keep that to myself.
Demonetized, nigga. Don't mean nothing, nigga.
Yeah. Let's finish this up.
Yeah, man. Let's bring it home.
Brother, because a man is a provider.
Of course he is.
A provider 100%, brother. You can't do 50% of your job and tell me that you're a provider. You're trying to provide. So you're trying to be a
So what do you think about 70-30 since 50-50 is an issue?
Brother, do you need your woman to provide for you 30% of the time? Or are you that, excuse my language, are you that weak of a man that you can't provide for your family?
So once again, I'm not a man and I'm weak because I'm not paying 100%.
Brother,
it's hard out here, brother.
Brother, what man says it's hard?
The ones that know it is.
The ones that. So what about the men that are taking care of the women? What separates you from this man?
They're just at that point already.
They're at that.
So
point
when I'm
already.
at that point, guess what? It's a different
Are
story.
you striving to take care of your woman 100%?
Who's to say I'm not?
I'm asking.
But
are
you can't say I'm not.
Okay, praises.
You're there saying,
Are
oh
you-
yeah, man,
brother?
you
Are
gotta
you,
pay.
brother? Are
I'm
you
striving
brother,
for it.
Are you
I'm striving
for
for it.
So you're not the brothers I'm talking about.
But it seemed like you
I'm
just
talking
on
about-
every brother.
Brother, I'm talking about the men.
You on every brother.
Man, all praises due to the Most High, man.
You know, you seen Minister Society, right? Nobody want to hear that bullshit, Sharif.
Hey, brother. You know? Sometimes, brother, we just got to give all praises due to the Most High and be mindful of some of the things that come out of our mouths. So if I offended you in any way, shape, or form, I apologize. But brother, a man is one that can uplift his family as a whole, or is striving like yourself to do that. I'm talking about the men that are comfortable living off of women. And most men are triggered because they gotten comfortable allowing women to provide for them, brother. They're not looking for wives. They're looking for mother figures. And it's
I think that.
I mean, listen, he landed his plane. I feel like that conversation came to a nice, amicable conclusion.
Yeah. He was throwing a lot of shots, a lot of triggering shots, right? Even all the way to the end when he's saying that, he said even if he's like, yeah, you can't work a job and say 50 or whatever percentage and say you're still a man. Like, you can't do 50%
You weak.
of work.
He said if you need 30% of your wife's income, you weak.
Yeah, right. So
all praises due.
All praises due. Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yo, fellas, right? Everybody's not up, and this life is a marathon, man. And as far as making money, man, a lot of men start making money when they're in their 40s, like heavy money when they're in the 40s and 50s or whatever. So don't feel any type of way when you hear this rhetoric about income and how much like you need to carry in your household, right? Provide what you can provide for your family, right? Provide what you can provide on your level, right? And if you could do more, you try to do more. You always try to do more, right? And I feel like, yo, if you are a stand-up dude and you have the best interest at heart for your family to get your family to the next level, you're gonna make it happen. But don't subscribe to that shit to say that if you're not doing it right now, you're not a man, or you're not a man until you do that. That's BS. That is BS. That's BS.
Agreed. That's a good video though. It didn't disappoint, yo. Good show. We should do these more often, yo. More midweek joints. Get the boy Tyrone a little work to do. Tyrone, clip this up, nigga. Yo, Halloween, man.
Huh?
It's Halloween. You celebrate Halloween?
I'm not sure how you actually celebrate Halloween. How do you celebrate Halloween?
Decorate the house, buy candy, get the kids dressed up, take pictures, take them trick or treating. Did you partake in any of your festivities today? Did the kids get dressed?
Yeah. My little one, he got dressed up.
What did he get dressed up as?
He was an astronaut.
Nice.
He was an astronaut.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty cool costume. And we actually did do a little bit of trick or treating.
You went to all right, question. Did you go in your neighborhood or you went somewhere else?
I went in my neighborhood.
Yo, I tried to go trick or treating in my neighborhood, man. Yo, everybody cut I seen people in their blinds. Like people was like, yo, turning off their lights and shit. We like, yo, get in the car, man. We going to white folk, yo. We went to the white folk. I seen all my neighbors over there. Yo, black people, yo, we gotta do better, man. Yo, we gotta buy candy, yo.
Yes.
Do better, yo.
Yes.
Buy candy. Yo, your people bought candy. Your granny bought candy. I grew up in the same kind of neighborhood that I live in now. Mixed Hispanic, black neighborhood. You know what I mean? A couple of white folks sprinkled in. And we used to go trick-or-treating every year, and we was good. We came home with a nice bag of candy. Over here, yo, we put our candy, we put a bucket of candy out on the stoop. No one came by.
Oh, I thought somebody stole the whole shit.
Nah, it was there. I picked up an Almond Joy on the way in. I was like, damn, it might still be out there.
Yeah, man. Like,
we gotta do better, man. We gotta go to the white folk for candy. Yo, and then white folk love it, yo. Like, they out there, he decorated everything, the lights, they scaring people. Kids are screaming. It was nice, but I want that for my neighborhood. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna keep celebrating, man. I got my little spooky lights out. I put a little ghost out.
Well,
I was welcoming. I let people know.
Neighborhood where they went crazy. They went crazy. They got all, like, they could have like a little haunted house going on over there.
Right. Skeletons coming out the joint.
Yeah, that's what
I like Halloween, man.
I
watched Pet Cemetery a little bit earlier. Yeah. I always like to try watch like a little scary movie, eat some candy. What's your favorite candy? I think that hard, nigga. You don't know
the whatchamacallit, man. The fruit Tootsie Rolls. Those.
The fruit Tootsie Roll. The fruit Tootsie Rolls.
Pause.
Oh, the little soft ones. Oh, you a cavity nigga? That's that cavity candy. Though. Yeah, that's that cavity shit. Yeah. This you going out when you was a kid, nigga.
What about you?
That's that cavity shit. Now I'm a Reese's Pieces nigga, yo.
Oh yeah.
My daughter know, yo, Reese's Pieces is dad tax. I'm taking that. Give me that. And we going back to the door. They got Reese's. We going back. No, I like Halloween, man. It's one of my favorite like joints. Like I like watching scary movies, and you know, I haven't got dressed in years, but you know, I like the festivities.
Yeah, man, you should throw a Halloween party.
I'm thinking about it. Come on, cause wifey birthday around this time, so yeah, I'll be trying to get her, but she's like, I don't want to do that shit. We're working on it. Yeah, man. But yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
We rocking on Friday. We be back on Friday, people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Remember to jump in on a live on Friday. Shout out to LDU Lifestyle, Michelle Rose, Vanessa Viola, all the people that were in the chat that put comments in there.
Yeah,
shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, man, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. Cigars, the Ensign Whiskey Podcast. Cigars, the Ensign Whiskey Podcast. And
we started the network too. We started the network channel.
Yeah.
We didn't post anything to it yet, but it's definitely coming. More shows to come.
More shows to come. And yeah, man, make sure you tune in on Friday when we do our regular show. And again, if you got if you have any clips or any comments or any videos that you guys want us to react to, shoot us over a DM on Instagram, Cigars Whiskey, Cigars with an S Whiskey. Any of the content, any videos that you feel like we should react to, you'll hit us up and let us know. All right. So with that, we want to thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next video. All right. Peace.
Peace.